Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's short video, we are going to learn how to build a home screen similar to what you can see on your screen right now. So we have this app bar that gives the title of our app, Fluttergram. Then we have a bottom navigation bar here which can help us migrate or move through various pages in our app such as timeline, search, upload, profile, notifications, and so on. So if you have not subscribed to this channel already, please do click subscribe, hit the bell icon, and let's quickly get started. So this right here is the present state of our application. Now the first thing that we would do here is we are going to get rid of this container containing the elevated button, and instead of the container we are going to use what is known as a page view. Now if you're wondering what a page view is, you can simply hover over here and read the definition of a page view. A page view creates a scrollable list that works page by page from an explicit list of widgets. If you wish to read more about page view, you can head on over to this URL where you will find all of the documentation related to a page view. And here they have a demonstration. So here we can see a working page view. So how is a page view useful for us? Let's just find out. So if you remember, on our home screen, we had 5 pages. The first one of which said timeline. So I am going to add a list of widgets as children to the page view, and the first one of these is going to be some text which says timeline. Upon saving it, you can see that some text saying timeline has appeared here. To make it more readable, let me simply add an app bar here, and let me give it a title of Fluttergram. Alright, and that has made our app more readable. Alright, so after timeline, we had search. Post search, we had, post. Beyond that, we had notifications. And beyond notifications, we had profile. After a hot reload, we can see that all of these pages have been added to our app home screen. And we can scroll through these pages as well. So what I want to do next is I want to actually disable this scroll, and we would like to control this scroll by means of a bottom navigation bar. So let me come within the page view and let me set some physics for it, which is never scrollable scroll physics. Let's save this and see what happens. Alright, so our page view is not scrollable any longer. Next, let us define a variable within this widget which would control the page number of the current page that we are on. Let me go right to the top and let me call this variable, and let me call this variable int page index, and for starters let me set it equal to 0. I would also like to define a page controller here. Let's call it page controller. Let's specify this as late, as we will be initializing it within the init state. So here let me say that page controller is equal to page controller, and let's say within this that the initial page is this dot page index. Let's save this. Now you might be wondering what is a page controller. If you hover over the page controller, it will tell you that it is a controller for a page view. It lets you manipulate which page is visible in the page view, and in addition to that, it also helps you animate the transition between pages. If you wish to read more about page views, you can definitely check out the documentation on flutter.dev, and here is the page controller documentation. Alright, so after being able to create our page controller, we are going to make our page view make use of this page controller. So let's come down here and let's specify the controller for this page view is going to be the page controller, and we can save our file. Now here we have defined the initial page as this dot page index, which happens to be 0. If I in fact make this as 3 and I do a hot restart, not a hot reload, a hot restart is needed in this case, then I should be able to see a text of notifications right where I can see the text of timeline. So we can see that the text has changed to notifications. So let's just go back and make this as 0 again, and again let's do a hot restart. The text should change back to timeline. And as you can see, the text has changed back to timeline. Now I am going to add a bottom navigation bar to this scaffold, using which we can control which page is going to be displayed within the body of this scaffold or within this page view. Let's come down here and let's add a bottom navigation bar to the scaffold. Bottom navigation bar, bottom navigation bar. Here let us specify the current index as this dot page index. Next we are going to specify a list of items. Items here is a list of bottom navigation bar items where we can specify some icons. So for the first one, I am just going to specify icons dot home, and we can also specify a label. For this one, let me just say timeline. Alright, before we proceed, there's just a small mistake here. It should actually be like icon, and here we can specify the name of the icon, which is going to be icons.home. Now as you can see, at this point a hot reload got triggered, and it says that items within the bottom navigation bar should have a length greater than or equal to 2, and that's totally fair, because it doesn't make sense to have a bottom navigation bar with just one item, right? So let's simply go ahead and try to add one more item to the bottom navigation bar, and this time we will use the search icon. Oh, sorry for that, search icon, and we are going to use the label to be search as well. Let's save this and see what happens. Alright, so we can see that we have two items in our bottom navigation bar. As of now, I don't think so any of them are really functional. Alright, let's try to quickly add the other three items as well. The next one, we want it to be slightly larger, so let me specify the size to be equal to 32, and the icon that we are going to use will be photo camera. Upon hot reload, we can see that a slightly larger icon has appeared here. Next, let's quickly add the last two, one for notifications and another one for profile. Let me quickly change the icons to notifications. The label, okay, there is a spelling mistake here. Let's copy the label from here. Let's copy the label from here, and this one as profile underscore. Okay, I think so. This is account, not profile. Account underscore circle. Yes. Let's save this. And upon hot reload, we see that strangely our bottom navigation bar is having some weird colorations. Well, no need to worry. To fix this, simply come here and specify the type of the bottom navigation bar. Type as bottom navigation bar type dot fixed. All right, we can see a very good looking bottom navigation bar right here. So what do we actually want to see happening here? We want to see that when we click one of these menu items, the page here should change. Suppose if I click on search, I should be able to see search page here. If I click on notifications, I should be able to see the notifications page here. So how do we go about doing that? Well, it's very simple. Let's come to our bottom navigation bar and say on tap, and let's define a function here. Now this gives us an error because this function accepts an integer. So let's give it an integer value. Let's name it index. Now within here, let's set the state of our component. The state that we are going to change is this dot page index is equal to index. Now this value index is going to contain the index of the bottom navigation bar item that we just pressed. So if we click on timeline, this index will have a value of 0, search will have a value of 1. Okay, I think so the label here is not correct. It should be upload. Okay, so as I was saying, search would have an index of 1, upload would have an index of 2, and so on. Next, what we want to do is that we want to use the page controller to jump to a page which jump to the page whose page number is equal to index. Let's save this and let's try to play around and see what happens. Alright, so as soon as we click on search, we can see that we are on the search page. For upload, we are on the post or upload page. For notifications, we can see the notifications page, and for profile, we can see the profile page. Right, so we've gotten everything to work except for one thing. In the starting, we saw that we were sliding through various pages, but right now the transition is very abrupt. So instead of jump to page, we can use another function which is called animate to page. Now this function takes 3 arguments. The first one is the page number, which is going to be index. The second one is the duration for this transition. Let's say the duration should be 1 second for now. And the last value needed here is curve. So all animations follow some sort of a mathematical curve. So let's just choose one from one of Flutter's predefined curves. Let's say a bounce in, and let's see what happens. Let's save this and let's try to click on some of the bottom navigation bar items, and we can see that our items are navigating. Now bounce in is not such a great curve to use in this scenario, so let me actually use the curve ease in and let us see how the animation works. And we can see that the animation is pretty smooth, although I feel that the timing is a bit too much, so let us change it to milliseconds, and let's say it should be 300 milliseconds. Let's try it now, and it's pretty quick, pretty smooth, and looks great. One more thing that we can do here is we can change the color of the selected item. So let us say selected icon or item color. Let us set it to be equal to colors.amber. Let's save this and see what happens. Alright, so our selected icons are getting an amber color from now. Okay, so we have been successful in creating our home screen with page views and bottom navigation bar. If you like the content of the video, please do hit the like button. If you like the content of my channel, please click subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss any new updates. And like always, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you very soon with a brand new tutorial.